Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to my CS415 presentation on Git. As I've mentioned already in my presentation that you need to have Git installed on your PC, and I have already shown you where to get your Git from. And I have already installed this on my PC, and I'll just get started with the command. But the first thing you need to know is that when you install Git, you get two options in order to use. One is the GUI option, the Git GUI, and the other one is the Git command line interface, which is basically known as Git Bash. So this is the one that you see here on my desktop, and as soon as I open that, this is the command line interface that I get. In order to use Git Bash, the recommended method would be to have a repository created. Repository is basically your folder or your directory, and if you want to have in future collaborate with other people, other code developers, then the best thing for you to do is create a GitHub account and then create a repository there. So I've already done that. This is my GitHub account, and these are some of the repositories I already have. So let's create I've already got a test repository. It says test repo for the CS415 presentation. And I've already done one commit over here, and I already got one file over there, which was added 4 hours ago. So I've been practicing on this. Now what I'll do is just make sure that I can push this repository, the test directory, basically to my local PC. So at the moment I am on my root directory. So let me change to my desktop first. So just use a simple cd command and you can move to desktop, and you can see the word master appearing beside the desktop. That means my desktop has already been initialized. So what that basically means is I have used this command git init. That means so it is reinitializing existing Git repository, which is the desktop. So now what I'm telling Git is that this is the directory that I'll be using to save and stage my source code or whatever files that I have, and I'll be using that to commit and also push my changes to the external repository. So at the moment I'm already logged into my Git repository, and GitHub repository, which is this. Now this is the URL that you need to clone. So if you cannot copy and paste on the command line. However, if you're using Mac, then you can do that, but on Linux shell or Windows directory you can't copy and paste the command. So you have to remember the exact path name so that you can enter it as it appears. So let me clone this. Clone means just make a copy of my test directory into my local repository, which is on the desktop. So let's see how that goes. Git, you'll use the key command, which is clone, and then you type the URL, the test dot followed by .git command, so that it tells me that that is the directory that is already initialized. So once I do that, it says it is cloning into test, and there you go. So the clone has been done, and if I do a ls command now, sorry, I won't do it now. Let me just show you where the test directory is now. So the test directory is here now. It has pulled this directory from GitHub, which is here. So whatever you'll see here, it says my name. So there's one file there, and there was one new file that I had added to the test repository, that I have done that. And if I open this test directory, then there's a my name file that already exists there. So let me switch to this test directory now. So cd test. Now I'm inside the test directory. Now I need to initialize that. Let me just initialize it quickly. Git init, and then it says reinitializing the Git, because it's already on GitHub, so that means it's already initialized. And now I'm reinitializing it on my local machine, and let me see what are the files it contains. So just do a ls command. At the moment it has just got one file, and let me do another git command, which is git status, just to see. It says on branch master. At the moment I'm on the main branch, and it says working directory clean, so that means I do not have anything that requires any changes. So let me go and make some changes and then push it back to GitHub and see how that looks like. The command that I use to open the file within this terminal is vim or that's one way of doing it, or you can simply just open the file, and let's say I add one name over here just to show you what I mean. um, VIM, okay, here you go. So it's finally here. I'll use the notepad to open that file, and there you go. Already I've added one line there, so I can say this is CS415 presentation, and that's it. I am saving this line, so that's saved. Now I do not have to type the VIM command. What I can do is simply type this command, git diff, and let's see. So there you go. The diff command is basically giving me a difference in the two files that I have. So if I open this now, I've already made the changes, but the initial one had got my name is Vijay, and then the second line that I've added is written in green, which says this is CS415 presentation. At the moment this change is not committed, that means I cannot push this, and locally it is saved, but I need to push this and commit to this change. So how do I do that? Before I even do that, I have to make sure. Let me just do a git status command and see what happens. Now it says changes not staged for commit. This basically means that I have made the change, but I haven't committed yet. So it says modified my name, and at the moment it says it's written in red, indicating that this is the file that is modified but not yet staged. So I need to stage it first. In order to stage it, you just use the add command. So git add, and then you write my name. Okay, now since you have added this, or you have staged the my name file, what you can do is check again git status, and now it says modified, and you notice that before it was written in green, that means it was unstaged. Now it is staged, and it says on branch master, your branch is up to date with origin and changes to be committed. So this is the change that now I have to commit. So type the git command, git commit, and -m basically means commit message. Now this is very important. It's just like putting comments in your source code. So when you're making commits, you also put some comments there that indicates what kind or what type of changes you have made. So in this case I'll just say I just added a new line in my name, I think that should be enough. A very simple message that basically indicates. So now it's updated, and I'm ready to push this back to my GitHub. So what I can do is simply git push, and now it's asked me for my GitHub username and password. So I just enter my GitHub username and my password. So there you go. Now it is pushing it up to GitHub, and let's check on my GitHub now and see how that looks like. So refresh on GitHub and see what happens. So it's updating, and it says 2 commits in total. Now before you saw that there was 1 commit, now it has got 2 commits. And if I open this file now, it says my name is Vijay, and this is a CS415 presentation. So that's basically what Git does and how it works. It takes a snapshot, and if I were to go back to the test directory and look at my branch, let us just look at the branch. So at the moment you basically see just one branch from here to here. So here you can see the snapshot, and if I open this one, then you'll notice that it has got only one line in my source code, basically in my file. And if I go back to that, and if I click on the next part in the branch, then it gives me the updated file, which has got both. So this is the beauty of Git and using GitHub together. You can check the network, and you can basically see the branch that is being created. And if you do not want to use the master branch, then you can also create the different branch. So I'll show you how to create different branch from this original master branch and then merge it. So that's another way of doing things. That means now somebody else is working on this particular project, and you can merge it. So now let us create a new branch on test directory, and let's see how that looks like. So you type the keyword git branch branch, and then the branch name, so let's just say new branch. So there you go, we have created a new branch now, and you want to switch to the new branch. At the moment I'm still on the master branch, so I want to switch to the new branch. I will type the git command check out new branch. So now you see that I am on new branch, and this is my new branch. Now I can do a git pull again, just to pull whatever is on my git directory on so it says there's no tracking information on the current branch, so there's nothing new there. Let me just do a ls command, and my name file is still there. Now let us make some changes to this file again. Last time I made the changes within the folder. Now let me use the vim command to make changes to my name. So this is what I get, and I can see already there are 2 lines, so let me add a 3rd line here now. But remember, I'm doing this on a different branch, so press insert and type and then say I am enjoying this presentation, and I'm done with the 3rd line, and then escape and then type X and then press enter, so it takes me out of that file. And let me just do a quick git diff difference, and it says there, so the one written in green, that means that is the new line that I've added to my existing file. And what I can do is git status quickly just to check what happened, and it says modified my name yet again, but it is on new branch now. So what I do now is git add my name and stage this. That means I want to stage it. At the moment the change is not staged, so I have to stage it to make sure that it gets committed. So now I've staged it, and now I want to type git commit. Let's do a git status again, and now you'll see modified my name. What this does is basically staged my name file, and now what I have to do is commit to it. Git commit, and then type, what did I do in this one? I can say added a 3rd line to my name. So done, that's done. And let's see, alright, 1 file changed and 2 insertions before I even do the push or anything else, since I've already committed. Now if I do a git status quickly, let's see, nothing on branch, new branch, so nothing to commit. Now let me check out to the master branch, go back to the master branch. So git check out master. So now I am on master branch, and it says your branch is up to date with origin master. So let me say git merge, and I want to merge it with the new branch, the changes that I have made. So new branch, and it says updating and fast forward, and now I can push this. So push git push, and it will push and prompt me for my GitHub username and password. Alright, done. So now I can go back to my GitHub and just check the updates. Refresh this, and let's see the test folder and what it looks like, and let us check the branches for the test folder. So I've got 3 main branches. Says added a 3rd line to my name, added a new line to my name, and added a new file to the test repo. So initially my test repo was blank, and now you can see I added 2 lines, and this is the snapshots that I've taken. So if you want to see what my file looked like, say previously, and you can see 3 snapshots here of my file. And if you look at my directory, the test directory, you can see just 1 file, which is my name, and this is just 1 file, but I have got 3 snapshots of that file existing on my GitHub now, in fact on my local machine as well. So there are 3 snapshots. It basically tells me what each this snapshot look like. So this is what the version control system is, as opposed to having three separate files: my name, version 1, version 2, and version 3. So that really saves a ton of work and keeps everything much neat and tidy and very simple. Now let us look at the Git GUI and see how that looks like in comparison to the command line interface that I've just shown you over here. Alright, so let's switch to Git GUI. So I can switch to Git GUI directly from my command line. I just type Git GUI. So there you go. It has picked up the GUI, and over here it says current branch master desktop test. Why it's picking desktop test directly over here? Because I have already initialized the test, so automatically it has pulled that. And if I go to the repository, I can say visualize master's history, visualize all branch history. So if I click on all branch history, now this is what it looks like. So it says master and then new branch, and then I created a new branch, remember, and then this is what basically it looks like, and these are the different snapshots. If I click on each of these, then you'll see the different lines of code basically that you have entered. And the first one was this is the initial file that we started off with, that I had initially created, and then I added a new line. Says this is CS415 presentation, and then on the new branch I'm enjoying this presentation. So, and the last one that I did not show in the video was I created a new branch, and then I added a fourth line in that particular file. So it's basically the same thing that we have. Either you use the Git Bash or Git GUI. Basically what I have done here on this Git Bash, I can do the same things here with the with my Git GUI basically. So in this case, let's see how I'm making the changes. But over here I have to make the changes directly on my folder, so I have to go back to the desktop and open the test directory, which is my test repository, and let's say I create a new file here. Let me just create a new file quickly, and let me just name that as say index. Let's just say index, and I want to create some HTML file, so /ul and save this. So it's saved, and let me rescan this and see if it shows anything. So rescan, I can see index.txt within my test directory is not yet recognized. So Git has said unstage. So what I can do is stage the change, and it says stage 1 untracked file. Now it is staged, so you can see that this is the file and no new line, and this is what is staged for commit. I can sign it off, and you can change your names or name over here, or you can just change the message or whatever you want to say. So I'm just leaving it as the default settings, and I can say commit, and then I can push. And when I push, then this is what it says: origin, remote origin to the master branch. And let's see, just click on push, and it's already there, and you'll get this window, and you'll get this command. It says username for github.com. so let me type my username, prasad -vj, and then it will prompt me for my password, and my password is, I won't tell you that, sorry. And it says post git receive pack 474 bytes pushing https to that. So success. Let me go back to my GitHub and see what has actually happened here. Go to my test file and see what I have done here, and it says new file added here, and it is signed off by me. So that's how the GUI version works. So the easy option with this GUI interface is that you can easily push your new files to the external repository or to the remote repository. Now let us see what our remote looks like. So now you can see that I have got two files that I have already committed and made my changes. And if I do a branch over here just to see on my GitHub and how it looks like, so this is what it looks like now. And it says a new one signed off by J Prasad, but it is not going to show me the initial file that I had on that master track. It is a new file completely, and it's a new file. It says there index.txt, and this is the new file that I have committed to. Alright, So if you look at this one had the other file which was my name. uh, so that's the difference, and it keeps on checking and keeping the snapshots of the changes that I keep making on the master branch. So that's what it looks like. And now another interesting thing is this with the remote access. So you can say fetch from origin or pull from origin, remove remote. At the moment it's automatically connected. Why? Because I called the GUI directly from my test directory, this one. And now you can see I have got a new branch appearing on my tree. So that's the network and the tree diagram that I can see, and these are the branches that I have got. So on the master branch I have a new file. Now let's look at what we did for our assignment. So let me go back to my github.com, and you'll see that I have already forked, and you see this symbol over here which basically tells me that I have forked this repository from somewhere else. And I forked this from Professor Ansgar's GitHub account. That means this is our 2014 semester 2 assignment basically. So I need to copy this particular file in my local directory, in my local repository. So I need to fork this, I need to clone this basically. So what I need to do is go to my Git Bash and just clone this repository. But before I do that, I have to go back to my desktop. So just do the simple command cd test. So now I'm on desktop again, and I can do git clone and then type my command. So instead of typing all that, also all I have to do is change this last name to I think the name was 2014 s2.git. So as soon as I do that, it's cloning, and you'll see that this folder will now appear on my desktop very shortly. So there you go, it's updating that many files, and now I have successfully cloned that, and you'll see that this folder is appearing here. So that's my repository for the CS415 project, and you can see that it's got NB project here as well as the source code, book company. So I need to get into this directory now. So if I do a ls command here, before I do that I need to get into that directory first, which is this directory here. So I'll do a cd command and 2014 s2. Now at the moment I'm on S2, but remember this repository is not initialized. So remember the initializing command. So I do not even have to initialize this directory. So the important directory I need to be in is this directory. So let me get into that directory, src/book company. Right, so now I'm inside the book company, but remember this particular directory is not yet initialized. So get init, and it has initialized, and now this is the first time I'm using this directory, so it is initialized. Now what we were asked to do was to change the login file, the login Java. So let me just change that file. So let me just change this login file anyway. Login.java. So let me just add that file, git add login.java. so that I've added that file now. Let me do a git status again, and new file login java. So that's being added, and I want to make some changes to this file. So let's just see if I can make some changes to this file. Right click, and let's see if I can get this to open. Edit with notepad plus, what it looks like. So this is my path name. In fact the slash should be forward slash. So let me just change that to forward slash. Right, so done. I've updated this file, saved it and closed it, and now let's see what happens here with the git. So git status, and it says modified login.java. So now I have modified this. I need to add this or stage this again. So git add, and I'll say login.java, I've updated this file, and now what I'm going to do is a git commit. So I'll say commit and put a commit message here and type updated login.java with the proper db path. Alright, so that's my, you can push this one, git push. Okay, so now I'm able to push that prasad -vj and then password. Now it should be